Hello and welcome to Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda and today we're here with the final installment of the Dresden case study. I bet you figured that you never had so many things in your life that you could use with the Dresden. So the pattern now is down below. It's the exercise, the big one. And today we're pulling out our Christmas scraps again because I have so many Christmas scraps and I need to make some Christmas gifts. So today we're going to make a Christmas tree skirt and we're doing an aftermath. I'm going to show you all of the quilts that we made during this case study. Now there's not a lot of quilts. I decided to change the way I was doing my case studies a bit just because I got overwhelmed with so many quilts to quilt to give to charity. So we're going to do that. Next we have a Facebook group. Please join. It's in the show notes below. We're going to be dropping, sometimes we drop patterns earlier in there so you kind of get a sneak peek as to what's coming up. And I would like you to check out Nora from Mostly Quilts. She has lots of fun going on in her YouTube channel, and she's always such a delightful person to listen to and watch while she's working through her quilts. And she has a very modern twist on some of her stuff and some very traditional things as well. It's a lot of fun. So come on in, let's get to the sewing. Okay, so your pattern you're going to find in the show notes below, and it's all going to be, you know, like you line it up and all the rest of the stuff. Now when you line up all three of these pieces, like 1, 2, and 3, it should measure 26 inches or thereabouts. But remember, it's the angle we're looking at. Now what I did for the Christmas tree skirt is I changed it, right, because I can, and we're making 24. I added an inch to the fat side and took off 2 inches from the skinny side, right? That will make a hole in my skirt that I can wrap around my Christmas tree. Now, because we are working with such long biases, you'll see again, I have pinned, because the problem with the table topper that we did is I had rushed it, and of course there was a bunch of little stretching, and then we ended up with a little bump in the middle. So one of the things also is you get a stiletto. I just have a knitting needle here, and as we're going to run this through the machine, I'll just get this started and get it up and going. And you pull your pins out as you go. And one of the things too is as you're sewing, sometimes you'll veer off, and a stiletto is a good way of getting your pieces not finishing like a sloppy. Sometimes it'll veer off right at the end because it's, you know, the fabric is quite a bit lighter all of a sudden, or, you know, this starts to fall and pull off your machine bed. So it'll all of a sudden it'll steer off funny. So in order to not have that happen, and I'm just going to show you this. Now I've got this pinned right here to the end. Now if I remove this pin, it's going to veer off, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the pin and then hold it with my stiletto right until the very, very end. Now like I say, this is just a knitting needle. I have a real fine, sharp stiletto, and then you push to make sure that you end up with a really good, clean finish, right? Let me show you what I got. Okay. So there we go. So that's what it looks like, right there. So it missed the last bit. Did I run out of bobbin? Oh, okay, well we'll do this then. We'll go the other way. But yeah. Let me back up onto the cloth. There we go. And so now I have this nice clean finished edge, right, that is actually finished at a 1/4 inch here, right to the end. So now I did all these ahead of time so you guys wouldn't have to watch all 24 of them being sewn together. Oops, and I dropped a pin. I will find it later with my foot. That's fine. Okay. Oh, okay, there. So we're going to put this end here, and now this you've got some weight now going on. Okay. And there's like finishing too. When you're finishing quilts like this, like well, basically this will be quilted, right? And what you're going to do is I'm just going to do a big hook thing, go up from the center and hook around and then back down, like kind of like a plume feather, right? I guess is a good way of explaining it. And that way I, keep the quilting very simple, and I don't have to worry too much. I'll just move that one over. And I don't have to worry too much about it getting, because it's not going to be washed, right? It's kind of like a Christmas ornament, so it's not going to have to endure, Oh, my thread broke? My thread broke now. Wow, I'm just having all sorts of fun. What's going on? Oh, yeah. That's okay. It's been one of those weeks. For those that you are curious, hubby's on the mend. He's doing fairly well. Oops. Ugh. Just a sec here. Hang on. Let me put all this up here. Yeah, he's doing well. He's healing up good, so from his surgery. And hopefully things will return to normal in this house soon, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, now let's get the sewing here. Hang on. Now, now one of the things with these table runners and this tree skirt is I have to make bias binding now to do them. I could do a tutorial on bias binding. That would be actually not a bad thing to do for one of the days once I get all this done. Yeah, Christmas is coming. You can tell. Everything's kind of a little frantic here in this house. It's one of those, the time of year where everybody's got, a wish list of stuff that they want to get for Christmas, and I'm not sure what I want for Christmas. Okay, there we go. It's going the right way. Now, I have a request for pillowcases, bulk pillowcases, and slipcovers for couch throws in Christmas fabric. So that's kind of nice. That'll be good. And with that, I'm just racing up to the end. And with that, I'm going to show you our ta-da moment. And we'll just back stitch over this. There we go. And join me for my ta-da moment. Okay, so here's our ta-da moments. Let's see. So this is the one we just finished. Here, get all this stuff out of the way. This is the one we just finished. And this ended up being a very eclectic, fun little Christmas tree skirt. That's one side. And the other side. Now I'm going to put bias binding around here. And I'm going to quilt it very simply, just straight down a big swirl, like a question mark swirl, or plume, and then back down to the center. Very simple quilting. It's not going to be washed. Once I get my binding on, I'm going to close it up with snaps, right? Normally they do it with ties, but I have snaps, so I probably should move them out. So that's the Christmas tree skirt. And the bias binding works best around the edge and this center piece that would go around the Christmas tree. So that's what we did. This was the table topper. Let's see. This is the table topper we did last time. And I took out that big bubbling, people were calling it a nipple. And I decided to just put like a circle on top. Now I didn't use any lighter tones in here, and I'm kind of, well, it'll be fine. It's a table topper, and by the time people put all the turkey and mashed potatoes and all this other stuff on top of here, or roast beef, if that's your thing to do for Christmas, nobody's going to notice there's no white in here. It's just going to be big and bright. So that's going to be a lot of fun to do. And again, I'm going to try and keep the quilting on these very simple. not too dense, because, you know, now somebody asked how they do this. I have video after video how to applique a circle onto the center point of a Dresden. Just pick one of the other Dresden videos where we're actually going around, and you'll find that. You'll find that there. Okay, so there's my 2 Christmas gifts. The other quilt we made, because I told you this is the aftermath as well, was this one. And I have to get it done and get it for charity, because we have kind of an emergency situation here in Edmonton for charity quilts. So this is that tumbler quilt I made with all the fun little tumbler blocks all pointing different directions, and we had a lot of fun putting this one together, and it didn't take long. It did not take long at all. So that was a great quilt, and it's twin size by the time we finished. And okay, this is the medallion and the snake block quilt. Now, I'm ready to go here. How do I get this open? Oh no. So here's the medallion and snake quilt. Now this was a fun way to play with colors and everything else. And you could make it into a snakes and ladder game board, right? For little ones. This would be so much fun, right? If you found a really cool way to put like a ladder together, you know, this would be a lot of fun, you know, roll dice and all this, make it into an I Spy game, and then you have the snakes and ladders going through. This would be fun. This is going to be a charity quilt as well. Now, some of you are probably wondering, what in heaven's name did you do with all those Dresdens? They're green, and I didn't cut them into like any standard square size, because I didn't know what size I wanted, right? And I was kind of like, I didn't know quite what to do. So this, quite a few people were like, you did what to your Dresden quilt? So, who would love Dresdens? Who do you think would love a green garden of flowers and fun and everything else? Well, a little alien lady. Ah! So what do you think? So she is now in her garden, and I decided to take all of the Dresdens and make them into art blocks, right? And put all these lovely little flowers and everything all through with the leaves, using all sorts of different ways. You don't need to just make an art block. Your quilt can be an art quilt. So I decided we did have some fun with this. And she's not scary, you know, and she kind of looks rather slimming in her check dress. So she's, yeah, I thought this would be a lot of fun for some kid to get. So anyways, I hope you have an absolutely fabulous week ahead. Let me know in the comments below whether you liked the crazy art quilt or not, whether you thought it was a little over the top, because when I thought of it, I laughed so hard, and I told my little sister about it, and we both laughed hard about that. She was like, you're going to do what? So, I hope you have a wonderful week ahead, and everything goes great for you. Okay, you take care. Alright, bye! My husband and I would like to thank you for watching today. We're so happy about the way our channel has grown, and we just want to wish you so well in your journey along with us. Please like, share, and subscribe, and tell your friends. Now, the next thing is this quilt. We are wondering if you guys would like this quilt as a free sew along on this channel this fall, this coming fall, winter. We were kind of thinking that this one would be really fun to do. We could do it in a larger size or a smaller size, it's up to you, but this one was a lot of fun to make. And it's all, it lends itself to being hand stitched, but you can also do this on a sewing machine as well. So let us know in the comments below. Remember, share, like, subscribe, tell your friends. Okay, have a great week ahead. Bye!